Hey, everybody. Welcome to Perpetual Motion, a podcast for lifelong learners interested in improving their communication skills, relationships, finances, and wellness. I'm your host, Dr. Mo Anderson, and my guest this week is Inesa Ponomariovaite. Correct me. She'll correct me later, but it's a beautiful name. You have to see it to really appreciate it. She is the visionary founder and CEO of Nesa's Hemp, the world's first ever full spectrum CBDa oil. As a renowned expert in the field of hemp and CBD, as well as a caring holistic healer who is actively changing lives, her mission is to revolutionize and empower people by transforming their concepts of health and the healing power of pure hemp and CBDa. If you've been wondering how or if CBD and hemp products can truly help people with certain health issues, or if you're curious about the difference between CBD, THC, and hemp, stay tuned and let's all learn more about this rapidly growing industry. Welcome, Nesa.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I was smiling when you were pronouncing my last name. And you did an amazing job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. As you know, I've been practicing. So it's a beautiful, beautiful name. What origin is it?
I'm from Lithuania. I was born and raised in Lithuania. And I came in the United States at age 21. And ended up staying here. And today I'm a citizen of this beautiful country. And
Exciting.
Absolutely a big patriot. Would do anything for our people here.
Beautiful, beautiful. And again, as they say in my favorite play, Immigrants, We Do It Right. So have you seen Hamilton? That's from Hamilton. If you haven't, you want to see it because there are several great songs and allusions to that. And, I'm a patriot as well. God bless America. So let's talk CBD, hemp, and all things good. But I want to start with your journey. You shared when we spoke before that this journey began with a difficult call from your mother. Do you mind telling us about that call and how it changed your life?
I would say it changed a lot of people's lives, not just my life.
Okay.
Today, a lot of people are working a life and living with zero fear because of what happened to me and my family. But yes, when I started in this country, first of all, I stayed here because I had a love story. And the love story didn't go too well. And in fact, ended in a pretty dramatic, interesting story. But I chose to see this as a positive thing in my life because it made me stronger, made me better, made me just better in any possible form and shape. So with that being said, while I was going through the struggles, I also had my health. I was really struggling with my health. I had a lot of health issues, and I was taught that I need to go see the doctor and give all the faith truly to their hands and say, please save me. So, and they would do only one and the same thing all the time. It just give me more pills, more drugs, and that's it. So after 10 years being absolutely miserable, got to the point where I was really, really unhealthy. I was barely able to function. I said, this can be reality. I need to do some changes. So I tried to change like a lifestyle, my diet and things like that. And I saw some little improvement that got me super excited because when you're so sick, the little tiny improvement is a big difference.
Yes, I know.
So got me super excited. And I really went all the way in. And within 1 year, I was able to transform my health from being absolutely sick like a vegetable to young and finally healthy, never sick again woman. So that was all great. But what happened, that moment of my life planted a seed in my brain and my heart that the God gave us natural remedies, foods to really help ourselves because our bodies are very intelligent. We just need to give the right tools. So what I decided to do nothing about it. And I was really trying to figure out my life, focusing, and I finally did figure out my life. And when I got my whole life, I would say perfect, that would look perfect on piece of paper where I was able to achieve my American dream. I was like, this can't be it. Like, I'm like age 26, 27, 27, 28 that time. And I said, can't be American dream. Like, you just have a comfortable life with car, nice home, savings, putting away, building career. I want more of it. And not financially, but something more fulfilling. And I just went to talk to my boss because I knew he was very smart. And I said, please tell me, I don't feel like I'm fulfilling the purpose in life. It's like, what do you mean you're not fulfilling the purpose? You're the best agent in our company. You're doing the best from everybody else. Like, what do you mean you're not fulfilling? I said, no, something is missing. And what happened is, he said that I should go home and relax because I truly have a good life. And I couldn't relax because I'm like, why? I feel like something is missing. It's like a hole in my chest and I need to fill that hole to be happy. And I just decided to ask God, and I said, God, what's my purpose in life? So he didn't give me any answers. So I decided to be very persistent the way I am by nature in life. Was extremely persistent, consistent, and I was asking God every single day, what's my purpose in life? And I received that most beautiful, powerful, life-changing phone call from my mother. And she still does in Lithuania. And she told me that she does have cancer, 6 months left to live. And basically, she's going to be gone. And as she's telling me that, I was literally having tears of joy and saying, Mom, finally God answered my prayers. And she got really confused.
Yeah, I'm confused. So what did you say next?
First of all, she knows I'm not drinking, and she knows I'm not taking any drugs, and she knows I'm mentally extremely stable, because she was so confused where she said, what could happen to her? So she wanted to FaceTime me because she truly thought that I'm like walking, sleeping, and talking the way I used to do when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, I gotta FaceTime you. So like, please do. So she FaceTime me. I'm in the kitchen making my smoothie, ready to go work out, 7:00 in the morning. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, Mom, you don't understand. I just saw the vision. Saw vision, me dedicating everything towards cancer, every single life, minute, day, time, birthdays, I don't care what it is, and knowing everything about cancer. And I said, I already see the vision of you being healthy, clean, safe, happy, and using this knowledge with other people so we can free them of disease. Because I knew immediately I'm not going to do chemo. I don't want to do radiation because I really lost trust in the medical route because what happened to me.
Okay, wait, let me jump in there, because you never said your diagnosis. You just said you were sick and weak and so forth. So you had cancer as well before your mother.
I had ovarian cancer stage 1, which was very easy. And I also had, I started when I was a kid with UTIs, and it turned into kidney major infections. So cell mutated, caused more problems, little tumors and things like that. And also my lungs. I had bacteria that pneumonia wasn't completely cured years ago when I was a kid, and that mutated into major lung infections. Got to the point every time I breathe, I coughed. I was just couldn't breathe anymore, because there was like, if you breathe, you cough. If you cough more. So it's like nowhere to go. And doctors put me in the steroids, but those steroids led me to more situations that was absolutely horrible. And so, yeah, that's why I said I helped myself. And since then, I've never been sick again in my life. Even COVID never really affected me. So
you get this call from your mom now, and you're ready to go. You're suiting up. I would have thought you were in shock if you were sounding happy talking about a smoothie. And as my child, I just told you I had cancer. That's why I would have wanted to FaceTime me, because I'm like, okay, she's probably in shock. She's hallucinating. I don't know what's going on. But
That's exactly what she thought. She's like, I gotta double check on her. And she's so sad. And I said, Mom, your life is truly saving lives right now, but you're gonna change the world. You should be celebrating, dancing, the most beautiful things about to happen in our life. And that's exactly what happened. And we just laughed with my mom today because we literally were talking. Like, do you remember how these doctors told me I'll be dead in 27 hours if I'm not going to do radiation and chemo? It's like, look, it's been years and years now. So what happened is, yes, I helped my mom and I was very happy about this. So when I returned, because I left the country immediately, 7 in the morning, she called me, 7 p.m. I was already in the international airport standing, leaving the country.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah, I told my boss, I don't know when I'm coming back. I don't even count on me at the moment. Mm-hmm. So I left the country, and when I came back, when we got diagnosis free, I truly spent I was counting another day, 27,000 hours on cancer research globally, including worked in Mexico in Tijuana clinics where they do have different cancer treatments.
Right.
So with that being said, that led us to success. But that at the same time led me to, we need to share with the world. And what I did after my work hours, everybody who had cancer, friends, neighbors, anybody, I would just go in their homes and teach them everything what I learned. And as I was learning more on the topic, because I got so addicted to this knowledge, so I couldn't stop learning. And I was teaching these people, and all these people started getting better. So now I got to the point where 6 months later, like, I'm finishing 12:30 in the morning, 1 a.m., and I need to get up 5, go my business on the side I was building, and the corporate or like financial services I was doing at 9 a.m. office job. So, and I have the help volunteering until midnight every night. And I'm like getting toasted. I'm like, what am I going to do now? And I was very sad because I said, I can't function anymore because I help these people. They get excited. I get excited. I want to help people. So I literally had to quit my job to do the consulting services and to do this full time. But in the beginning, I was so afraid. And I told my mom, I said, I might need to quit my job. So, but long story short, is I did. And I helped thousands of people since then. Now we're transforming lives left and right. From all kinds of symptoms and disease. And we just have an amazing track of record. But what happened, I learned also about quality, if it's water, if it's herbs, essential oils, whatever it is, that whatever they say, that doesn't mean it's truth. So that it's my job as a responsible person to know what's in these products or herbs or plants or even teas. I had to know what's really inside. So in order to know what's in the inside, I have to have my own testing. But then what is the definition of testing? What are we testing for? From one microtoxin or hundreds of microtoxins?
Right.
So, and that's how they entered the cannabis industry, because I already knew the essentials of cannabis or hemp. And I learned about human endocannabinoid system. They don't teach you that in medical school. And that's one of the most essential systems that God gave us to regulate hundreds of other systems in our body. And then I'm thinking, all what we need to do, just empower human endocannabinoid system, create a new production again that we've been missing because we've been exposed to stress, toxins, metals, and all other things. I said, this plant is essential to us. We must have it. So I really put research, and I picked the number one marketed companies in America. I contacted all of them and I said, I want to know everything about your product because I want to promote and I want to make sure the product is good. More questions I had, instead of getting more answers, more questions I created.
They probably shut you down. So I'm gonna jump in here before we get into the industry, because I do have some questions later. We're gonna come back to that, but I want to start for people because we're throwing a lot of terms and stuff out here, and I don't want to lose anybody. It's like I'm in Texas, and in Texas, medical cannabis is legal, but for very limited circumstances. And, you know, businesses sell it throughout as long as the THC concentration is low. But we don't know a whole lot about it in Texas unless you're getting it from your dealer because, you know, it's not openly discussed. It's all this underground thing. So I want to start with 101. If you'll just define the difference between THC, hemp, and CBDa. So as we go on, everybody kind of understands what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for a great question because I think the whole fear is created around this hemp because of THC.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no THC in the hemp plant and there's no CBD in the hemp plant. But what I want to do, I want to make it super easy for everybody, if you scientist or just someone who just, you know, understands basics. The whole hemp, CBD, or THC, no matter what it is, industry, it's called cannabis industry. No matter what you said, anything related towards that topic, it's cannabis industry.
Right.
Now, cannabis industry is separated in two legs. One leg, you have hemp plant, and the other leg, you have cannabis plant. On the hemp plant, a lot of times you're supposed to have high levels of CBDa, or you call CBD, and very low levels of THC. Mm-hmm. THC is the compound or that specific particle that actually makes people high. And that's
the
why
psychotropic part. Yeah.
Exactly. So that part, that specific THC, those levels barely found in the hemp plant, or supposed to. I mean, people don't listen and they do whatever they want to do, business owners. But the cannabis is really more towards very high levels of THC and barely or almost none of levels of CBD. And CBD does not make you high. Right. So again, cannabis makes you high and the hemp doesn't. But then, just like human body, each plant...
isn't cannabis the plant and THC makes you high? You said cannabis makes you high.
The cannabis plant contains a lot of THC.
Right.
Because that's what they're there for. I mean, that's how they categorize these two. And the cannabis is loaded with THC levels, very high. I mean, the engineering right now to up to 50%, and people are going psychosis, and they have an issue in the industry. Like, that's why I'm trying to educate people as much as I can. Mm-hmm. So cannabis itself, it's in extreme danger levels, becoming danger levels of THC.
Okay.
And that's why I said cannabis that's all what is known for is THC levels.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, if you go the hemp source, a lot of times if the company is honest with you, they're supposed to have very low levels of THC. So you're not going to get high and hopefully not tested positive and you're going to be able to pass your drug test. So those are two difference, right? Now we understand that. Mm-hmm. But there's additional thing where they don't want you to know that there is no CBD in the hemp plant. And there's only CBDa. And CBD, if you're going to go on Smart Google gonna tell you that CBD today is recognized as a drug for epilepsy. It's called Epidiolex, patented by Food and Drug Administration.
Yep, that's the only one that's approved by the FDA. I read this week too.
Yeah, exactly. But then my question is, that's where I really got concerned and tricked and tried to figure it out and go all the way to the rabbit hole. We know you can't patent nature. We know you can't patent something that's natural, like spinach, avocados, or superfoods.
Right.
So if it's patented as a drug, then what it is, like where it's coming from, how it's made, how you can make that happen. So then I got super curious, because when I traveled the industry and companies and tested everybody, sent it to universities and laboratories, I was just a police officer, basically going through the entire cannabis industry. What happened is, I said, if all these people selling a drug that does have zero regulations today on the quality, which is super scary. We'll talk about Very scary. Stuff is happening there. I can't wait to educate audience, to be honest with you. So what's happening if they selling this drug? So what is in the plant? And I start studying the chemistry of the plant, and there is no CBD. There's a CBDa, CBGA, THCA. THCA doesn't make you high, by the way. It's all those acidic cannabinoids. And the acidic cannabinoids are way more powerful and stronger on your own endocannabinoid system that is responsible to regulate your entire body, including your brain.
Okay.
And your central nervous system. So now I'm realizing I have a problem because everybody on the market sells CBD that is not even tested from anything. And the CBDA is like not a known compound. Nobody talks about it. Nobody does it. So I decided to connect with the top world leaders and to figure out if it's me not doing enough research or they aware what's going on and I just want to get their feedback. So I connected myself to Dr. Rafael from Mishulam from Israel. He's the one who discovered human endocannabinoid system. That is one of the most essential systems in our body 40 years ago. And of course, he didn't answer to me multiple times, but I was very persistent. And 3 months later, he finally called me back. And when I saw the call coming from Israel, I was in the car wash, an automatic one, so my wheels are already locked. And I had to pull back as fast as I can and break my car and wheels and everything. Just to answer the phone call because I was so terrified I'm not going to get him back.
And he wouldn't call back again. Yeah, I don't blame you. I would have done the same thing. I thought another car wash people hated that.
Okay, missed this one after 3 months trying to hunt him down. So when I answer it, he first asked me what university calling from because when he talks is with top science departments and scientific research. And I'm like, I'm very sorry, but I'm not from any university. I'm just here investigating entire industry, including testing products, visiting these facilities. And I just find out a lot of information that I want to confirm with you. And he truly agreed with everything what I saw in the industry, and he had exact same concerns. That's why whatever he shared with me personally, even he passed away, I still don't want to talk about and put anything bad about the industry from his mouth. But he shared major concerns, and he shared exactly what's happening today. And I saw that future's coming, and it did came. So now I said, what do you want me to do? He said, do you know any company who does contain every single compound in the most purest form to the finished bottle? He said, young woman, I know you're very ambitious. I wish you best of luck. If you ever come to the company like that, please let me know. I'll be the first one to talk to them. But I really don't know how to help you, and I really have to go. I'm like, oh no. So he basically left me hanging there, and I said, I can't give up on this. This is the most essential plant in the human history, and there's not a single one company doing what's right.
But he confirmed as an expert, even though he didn't give you anything, he confirmed that your research was correct, what you were finding, in addition to it not being regulated, that no one was doing what you are now doing.
He did confirm loud and clear.
Okay.
And in fact, a couple of years later, when I finally developed my product, right? Actually, 3-4 years later, when I developed my product, when we had COVID, his assistant, he said they trust only one product on the market to be taken in the family members. So I sent a bunch of products to Israel, right? When COVID started. So that was like an honor for me when these people said, we just trust you more than anything else out there.
Wow.
I said, I can't give up. Like, he literally left me hanging. So what I did, I found this number one cannabis expert, Dr. Alif from Harvard, Stanford, the most truly psychogenius. I'm not going to lie. This man is the most intelligent doctor, scientist, researcher I ever met. And I talked to brilliant brains on the planet.
Yeah.
And I said, Dr. Alif, I admire your work. I need to talk to you. There's a problem in the industry. I need to talk to you. And where are you calling from? You sound like a crazy person. I don't want to talk to you. Boom. he hung up on me. I was like, you can't hang up on me. Like, that's a bad idea. I need to find him. So I find out he was doing the panel. He was speaking a panel in California. And 3-4 weeks later, I flew in California because I saw his graphic. I saw his last name that he's speaking on the panel. And I'm like, I'm going to be able to chase him down right after the panel. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I said, Dr. Leaf, you remember me? He's like, no, I don't. I said, you hung up on me. I said, oh, I do now.
And I was thinking if he hangs up on everybody, he still wouldn't remember, but he did. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Exactly. So we ended up sitting in the lobby for 3 hours, 4 hours and talking. And he also agreed in all the concerns that I had and everything. And he truly wished me best of luck. But at least he said, if you're going to decide to take this route, I don't know how you're going to be able to do it, but I wish you best of luck and tarara. I said, sounds great. I said, can I follow up with you? And he said, absolutely yes, if I ever need it. So just don't hang up on me again. It's like, no problem. So long story short is I went into the works. And what I find out that we never had high levels of THC in thousands of years of the history of this plant. So the THC levels, when I start analyzing all the genetics and talking to all re-engineered genetics in cannabis industry, I learned that these genetics, not even original genetics, all of them re-engineered and created as a high-level THC. So I started connecting people all over the world. Some of them didn't even speak in English, so I had to get the translators and people that helped me to communicate with them. And what I learned that also, if you want to grow hemp for medicinal purposes, you have to be beyond extra careful because a hemp is a soil cleaner. It literally is like a sponge. It grabs every single particle from the air and soil. It literally is like a magnet, attracts every possible toxin, parts per billion, parts per trillion. So now I'm thinking, if you want to grow this hemp, so you have to have a good soil, like beyond good, not even organic. Organic is not going to work here. It's not going to pass. So I said, what soil we gonna grow because we want this plant to express in the highest frequency, which is medicinal frequency. So I had to learn what soil we had 2,000 years ago. And because that's how we grew hemp 2,000 years ago. And that's exactly what I did. I actually got a script. I picked my script and I walked in every farmer that was marketed as focusing on a good, healthy soil. And I knocked their doors and I said, my name is Inessa. I'm looking to create the healthiest, cleanest soil in America to grow hemp plants. And I said, can you please tell me you're willing to do this project with me, but we're not going to make any money in the first 2 years. We're just going to create the best soil for the people so we know for sure because the industry is doing everything opposite. I was like, you crazy woman, go away. So it's like, I'm not, what do you mean we're not going to get paid? It's like, that's exactly what I mean. We're not going to get paid. We're just going to invest our own money. But we know by end of the day, when the soil is ready to go, we're going to have the cleanest soil in America so we can grow these beautiful medicinal plants. So yeah, I think it took me 12, 13, 14 farmers to go through. And then I met the crazy farmer, the good one.
I was going to say, that's not much of a pitch. I like the outcome, but you're not going to get paid, especially for farmers with all the work that they do. So it would take someone with who met your passion for this project to do it. But you found someone. And what country was he in? I'm so excited you tuned in for part 1 of my enlightening interview about all things cannabis with the phenomenal Inesa Ponomariovaite. You have to join us again next week to learn more about her quest to make the highest quality CBDa on the market anywhere. And next week, we're going to continue her story as we dive into the dirty secrets of the cannabis industry. Until next time, be safe, be well, and be careful. Thank you.